The journey is conversations with ordinary people about stories of transformation and how we may have had setbacks in our life and how we persevered through those, how we've learned from those obstacles, and how they've maybe helped us on our path today. Well, welcome to The Journey. My name is Kevin Polky, and I am the host of The Journey. And today, as we are continuing discussing and talking about May and Mental Health Awareness Month, I also want to make a special announcement. Starting May 1st, I had opened up, or maybe better way of looking at it is expanded on a concept and a company that I started in 2010, and that is called Four Corners Wellness Center. It goes back into the early 90s when I was working in addiction work at Oakwood Hospital. We had clients that were coming into the hospital seeking assistance in working toward recovery and developing a life of sober living and in starting the journey of this recovery process of being alcohol and substance free. One of the things that I had noticed as I was working with those clients is that even though each client had a different story, had a unique story to their own journey, there seemed to be this common, say metaphorically, this hole in their soul, this hole in their heart that came as a result of something that was missing, that they were longing for uh, to fill this space or fill this hole from the outside. Some of them would use alcohol to fill in that gap. So they were either chasing after some type of experience or running from some type of memory or some type of trauma. Sometimes it was other mood altering chemicals, cocaine or heroin or marijuana or something like that. Others, it was gambling or some type of what we refer to as process addiction. It seemed like no matter what, regardless if it was relationship, if it was pornography, whatever that particular thing was, to either be chasing after something or running away from something, it seemed like no matter how tight the grip they had on that thing, it seemed like it always slipped out. It never was fulfilling. In my mind, I imagined if you can picture a circle with a pie actually extracted from that circle, and that every time that someone found something that worked, they would hold on to it even more tightly, and the tighter they held on to it, almost like a bar of soap, it would slide out. What I recognized as I was working with these individuals in this intensive outpatient program is that really, instead of looking from something from the outside to fulfill the hole on the inside, is it really that recovery was working from the inside out. And it wasn't just in one area, that it was in these four different areas of life that I identified as a physical area of their life, a mental area of their life, an emotional area of their life, or a spiritual area of their life. I think as I reflected on my own journey, um, that I probably at first initially tried to figure out who Kevin was and get that fulfillment, that sense of identity first physically. Uh, Maybe it was, or it was through sports, either football or wrestling or track, later bodybuilding. And that even though I did get some success in those areas, that I was looking from the physical aspect to give me this sense of meaning and a sense of fulfillment. But it never seemed to be enough. There always was another season, another competition, another title to chase after. And it seemed like as I switched over to, or even during that time, how can I somehow maybe check that box off from an intellectual or mental perspective to get another degree or get a master's degree or another license or another certificate? And that if I achieve those things, then that somehow would give me the sense of meaning, fulfillment, and a sense of well-being. And that seemed to just be another carrot that I was chasing after. As I joke and thought that as my mom specifically was, Kevin, you just need to settle down and meet some nice person to have a relationship with and do all those things regarding relationship. And so I remember at that time period in my life pursuing some type of intimate relationship and thinking that that then would somehow be the thing that's going to give me that sense of fulfillment. And it seemed to only last for a time period as well. And so that emotional realm or romantic realm only lasted so long. And then in the spiritual realm, though I probably misconstrued it as being more religious, that I attempted to find that sense of well-being and that fulfillment by trying to be good and follow all the rules, in my particular case, of uh, the Christian faith or the denomination that I was involved with. But even though I may have done well at those things, it never seemed to be enough to be sustainable. So I practiced physically trying to find some balance in my life, but it always seemed to be lopsided, or try to do it emotionally or mentally or spiritually or religiously. It always seemed like there was always this imbalance, but I put too much energy toward one and then I would tip over. And I noticed that my clients at the time would do the same thing. And then I thought, what if we set up some type of program or services that you are exercising all four areas of your being, all four areas of an organization, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually at the same time on a daily and weekly basis, being intentional about disciplining yourself that you're exercising each one of those domains. I took that idea as I was working with alcoholics and addicts as they were working toward recovery. Later, I brought that concept of the four corners perspective into the school system, working with emotionally disturbed and behavior disordered students. And then later, when I opened up KP Counseling in 2001, I had the opportunity to do some consulting work with a local aerospace company, and we brought through, with the help of a good friend of mine, Steve Sipe, we brought individuals through a four corners perspective on health and safety. Each time I saw that there was a level of progress influencing culture, and groups of people of how to work well together and then get a sense of well-being as you exercise all four different domains of your life. In 2010, I had the opportunity to also open up a wellness center. Then at that time, we had KP Counseling, which was part of it, as well as a chiropractic services, two massage therapists, a reflexologist, two nutritionists, and then we had an exercise fitness component to it. And we did that at this beautiful location on Linden Road in Rockford, Illinois. And we did that for 4 years and saw a lot of individuals benefit from those different types of services that we offer. In 2004 or 2014, I closed that as it stood and transitioned Four Corners into a consulting and executive coaching and seminar and workshop business. And then just recently, as I was looking at the next uh, chapter of my career and my life, praying and meditating on it for many weeks, contemplating over what would this look like. We looked at uh, taking another chapter of Four Corners, and as of May 1st, we opened up Four Corners Wellness Center LTD, where it is a professional service organization now. As the resignation of me leaving KP Counseling on April 26th, I then are now able to spend full time at Four Corners as well as Shatter Our Silence. In this particular time period of Four Corners, the next revision of Four Corners, we will be focusing on a counseling component where we're going to be providing individual, group, addiction, trauma work, as well as other helping individuals as they transition in different aspects of life. We'll be offering coaching that focuses on executive coaching, fitness and development, as well as nutritional coaching and grief coaching as well. We are going to be providing services and consulting on leadership development and working with businesses, specifically working with businesses that, for example, I have a couple different organizations that I'm working on utilizing my services to provide clinical consultation and supervision for some local nonprofits, as well as helping and developing some programs for providing alternative services such as equine assisted psychotherapy and equine assisted learning. And then being able to spend more time developing speaking engagements, seminar and workshops for corporate trainings for schools and for nonprofits. So as we are moving toward the future in 2024, be able to provide experiences for the greater Rockford area as well as individuals virtually, so that we can help individuals develop into the whole person, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so that they can look at developing all areas of their life so that they can be, they can grow in and develop into the person that they were actually created to be, living into that full potential, who they are, being able to acknowledge traumas and wounds that they've had in the past, and then utilizing what they've learned on their journey to be the hero of their own journey. We are extremely excited about this opportunity and the team that we're developing to being able to do that. I'm grateful for Diane, my wife, with not only of her artistic design regarding the logo and the different aspects of art that we're doing, as well as decorating the physical location that we have, but then she's also going to be offering exercise as a personal trainer, either individual as groups as well, in the gym that she's training at, which happens to be in the same building that we are located. So this is an exciting time for us as we are expanding our services, working with local artists, um, artists that will provide artists that will provide not only workshops regarding how to use art to express thoughts and feelings and their potential, as well as working with musicians that can utilize their song as well as the lyrics and the music to be able to have this overall sense of well-being and a sense of purpose, so we are living to the utmost potential of our being. There'll be more information coming out here in the next few weeks and over the next few months as we're developing the teams and developing different products and services that we're going to be offering to for our online community as well as our in-person community. As always, I appreciate you being here, appreciate the support as well, and look forward to this exciting new chapter that we have as we are collectively following our own journey as we are on the hero's journey of our own lives. As always, look forward to being with you next week.